Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming.
Ready.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for 37 yards. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys that could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A good passing down here, and they send three receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Second down and inches. That ball complete to Isabella. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, I mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll drop the throw. And he's going to go down again. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. No chance.
Go.
Mike, 53.
Get it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Strong right. Alert. 3 down.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Sims. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
This is caught. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
To throw is Rosen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Nick Boyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Ready, ready.
Mike, Popo.
Check right, check right. Hey, I 7. Hit it.
Looking to throw. Able to find Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Grant. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
2nd and 5. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. They'll look to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Go now. 70, Indy.
I got you, boy.
44. Hey, team 6. Leave him.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. Because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On the set.
53 is the mic.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to say, as you said.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. They will run with Grant. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now they run with Sims. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the return will stop right around the 25. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
44, Mike, 44.
2nd and 10. This one caught by Isabella. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
He's got daylight. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Corey Grant hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. From the 27, Rosen. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 13 yards there. And a Kansas City first down. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Rabbit, alert, alert, alert.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can.
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a gain of 35. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Here's Sims on the run. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now Rosen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 27 yards there, a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line.
Hey, Orbit.
Back to throw here. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Last week, several good performances in the NFC, but he was the conference's offensive player of the week, well over 100 yards.
And just the ability to make catches. You know, that gets underplayed sometimes because we're always looking for the move or the big run. But catch the football consistently, that racks up the yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
53, Mike. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Go! 15 line. X3. 218. Chopper. 5.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
70, Indy.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a capper there to a pretty good 1st half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, there, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now it's Rosen looking. The open man is Westbrook. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On the run, it's Fournette. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
To throw is Rosen. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
The Bucs take over first.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their
Here we
own
go.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Rock it.
53, check.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Ryan Quigley now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Grant. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
They'll try and throw for it here. Able to find Isabella. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
It's a gain of 10.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. complete to Isabella. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
Come on, set.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They will find Davis. That's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Second and 11. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Here's Rosen. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he's got this down to the 35. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone to the back. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, They don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 31 yards there and a first down. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Go.
This is Grant. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
36. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Corey Grant with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2.
Mike, 53, Mike. Yo.
They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
There's just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Willis able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Rosen will throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Down.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to Grant. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Slam, slam, slam. Hey, alert 3.
Let's go.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.